Introduction to data frame concatenation. In the past, we have learned a lot about data frame. We have learned how to load a data frame from a CSV file, then how to do various process like search, replace. Now let's learn about concatenation. As we know, the first step, I have imported the pandas as PD, and I have three files in my system, and they are stock related information. I have a file which has the stock closing price of Apple share, and I have it in the file apple.csv APL, that's the ticker of Apple. And when I read the CSV and then when I say head, I'm able to see the three records which has the ticker name, the date, and the closing price, April 1st, and the closing price was 240.91. And similarly, I have the record for April 2nd and April 3rd as well. So we have only three records for Apple. And I have two more files, and one is for Google. And when I run this, I see we have three records for Google, and the dates are April 1st, 2nd, and 4th. I have intentionally chosen the dates different so that later when we concatenate, we will get to see how we are going to line up the records. And then the third one I have for Tesla, and here in Tesla I have only two records, so I'm missing for the date 2nd and I'm also missing for the date 4th, and let's see how this program is going to behave with respect to that. So now when you want to concatenate, there are various ways we can concatenate, and the most simplest is one below the other. Like in SQL, we have a union statement very similar to that. In Python, we have this concatenate, and you can feed a list of data frame as a input. So we have data frame 1, 2, and 3, which corresponds to Apple, Google, and Tesla. And you feed that as a input and you concatenate, and then I display that. And the name of the data frame I have chosen is data frame 4 because I chose 1, 2, and 3 data frame for Apple, Google, and Tesla. So now when I concatenated them and when I'm displaying that, I see all one below the other. And the interesting thing, if you notice, the index number is repeating. So the index number is not unique. So how do we fix this problem? So in future, if we have to refer to a particular row, how do we uniquely identify? So to make this a unique, what we can do is we can add a key column. So when we add a key column and we say concatenate and we pass an argument called keys, and for that we pass the details like the keys are going to be Apple, Google, and Tesla, and I feed that as a parameter. So that's the key, and the value is the data frame 1, 2, and 3. You take one for one and concatenate for me. So then you see Python has created a data frame 5, and this data frame 5 has um, three keys, Apple, Google, and Tesla, and inside each key it has a reference to a data frame, and that data frame has the data corresponding to that. Now for some reason, after some time, let's say from a um, concatenated um, data frame, you want to pull the subset or you want to pull the data frame specific to Apple, it's doable. What we can do here is we can say locate Apple, and it's going to, and the command and the syntax is LOC, and you pass the key as a parameter, and once you pass the key as a parameter, the first three rows are going to satisfy the condition, and it will display those three rows, and it will not display the rows corresponding to Google and Tesla because those rows will not satisfy the condition and will give a false, and given the false condition in LOC it will not pull those records. Now we have a need where we don't want to concatenate one below the other. Instead, I want to concatenate side by side. That way I can compare the stock data and see, oh, on April 1st, Apple was down. What about Tesla? On April 2nd, Google was up. What about Apple? So those kind of side by side comparison. So I like to do them side by side. What I do is we have a syntax for that concatenate, and we pass a argument called axis 1. By default the axis is 0 if you don't pass anything, but now I'm going to pass axis 1, which is so panda.concatenate, and the parameter is axis equal to 1. When I pass axis equal to 1 and I execute it, then nice, I see them side by side. But watch out, are they in the form we wanted? No. For Apple, you have 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of April. On Google, it is 1st, 2nd, and 4th. And for Tesla, it is 1st, 3rd, and you have NAN on the 3rd row. So they are not lining up in the way I wanted. So what is the alternative? So I was thinking for a while, what else can I do to fix this problem so that we can line up? What Python is doing is it's seeing what is the index value for each of this data frame. In Apple you have 1, 2, 3, and same thing for Google and Tesla we have only 1 and 2, and it is lining up the index and not the data. So we want to line up by date. So the best thing what we can do is, why not make the date itself as index, and if you make the date itself as index and then you line up, it would certainly work out. Okay, then how do we change that? In one of my prior videos, I had explained you how we can set a index and do all this kind of stuff. So let me go over that here. Let me insert few command lines. I press the B button, B as in Boston. So I'm able to insert few commands. And now here what I'm doing is I'm reading the apple.csv file and I'm passing I'm parsing the dates and saying there is a date column, because internally date is in the form of a string, and when you pass a string as index, maybe it may not work out good. So I felt it's better to convert in a timestamp format. So in the first row here, I'm converting it into a timestamp format. After I convert that into timestamp, then I'm saying set the index for that particular data frame, and in place equal to true. That means the same memory location or the same data frame I want to make this change. So I don't want to create one more data frame, and then I say display me the top 5 records. So when I execute this, nice, I see the date on the first column, which is actually the index, and then I have the stock, and then I have the closing price. So now that we have this for Apple, we can do the same thing for Google, and I name the data frame Apple, data frame Google, and data frame Tesla, so that it's easy to identify down the line. And let me get the code for Tesla. So here you see the Tesla has only 2 records, Google has 3, and Apple has 3, and the dates not necessary, they should match. So now let's go ahead and do what we wanted to do before. Let's do it now again. And now the catch is, when we do this time it's going to, one second, give me a second. Did I get it right? Yes. So this time I'm doing concatenation of the new data frame for Apple, Google, and Tesla, and I'm passing the argument axis equal to 1. That means I want to arrange them side by side, and above that what I am doing is I have changed the index as a date So what it's going to do is it's going to line up the records based on the new index, which is the date column. Let's see how now the system behaves to us. Perfect. We have the dates 1, 2, 3, and 4. For Apple, we don't have date 4. For Google, we don't have for data for date 3. And for Tesla, we don't have data for second as well as a fourth. This is what we wanted, and it's perfect that we have the output in the way we need it. Is there some other way we can do this which is much easier than doing all this changing index and then concatenating after doing all this date parsing and index? Yes, there is, but that's not a perfect solution as well. This one is we do a concatenation and I say ignore index. Then what's going to happen is it's going to create a new index and starting from 1 all the way to the last one. Let's execute this and see how it behaves. So here if you see, it's going to pull all together Apple, Google and Tesla, and the index sequence, it's a new sequence all the way from 1 to 7. So we have in total 8 records. So basically, as in the past, if you noticed, we had here index numbers were repeating